Welcome back to part 7 on heresies. This particular heresy, monophysitism, it's also sometimes pronounced physitism, so monophysitism. It does not matter how you pronounce it. The basics of this is that instead of having the dual nature and the great paradox of Christian faith, that Jesus was pure God and pure human, is subsumed here in saying that somehow or other there is only one nature. So is humanity absorbed by his divinity, or that his humanity was non-existent, depending on which part of the monophysitism that is being discussed here. It has pretty much always been considered heretical, but at the same time it still persists within us. The idea of Eutychianism is that what is human is dissolved into the divine. So the human aspect of Jesus does not matter at all. We also have Apollinarianism that says that Jesus had a human body but did not have a human soul or a human mind. The word in Hebrew is ruach, and in Greek it's pneumos, spirit. But that's also soul, that's also mind, it's also breath, it's also wind in both languages. It's a very important word. If we're looking at the key dates, this is considered a latter heresy. And there is an important point that is studied throughout history books, and that was in the year 449, a council was called, and it was called through intimidation and a lot of bribery. And the bribery was very well documented, which is why people outside of Christianity love to explore the Ephesus Council of 449, which Christians we call the Robber Council. They were paid to declare this as orthodox, and it was then overturned later on in 451 when all of the bribery was brought to light, and a lot of the bishops were removed from the church. The important part here is the question of Jesus' humanity. Was he only human? In which case he was not really able to understand God. If he was only God, he wasn't able to understand humanity fully by being human. It is the great paradox of faith that Jesus has a double nature, 100% human, 100% divine, and the math cannot add up, and that's part of why we have faith. That's partly why this important Athanasian creed, even though it's not really a creed, we call it such because it is such an amazing personal statement of faith. We don't have knowledge, we have faith. Remember, even in a lot of Masonic lectures, we talk about it, and we reuse the words from Paul that faith ends in knowledge. Hope ends in fruition. Faith ends in sight. Love lives on beyond the grave. It's a good way to put it and to cite Paul well here.